Hi friends, welcome to Learn with Mr. Nova. In this video, I'm going to introduce to you what a computer network is all about, the various resources that can be shared over a computer network, and the various criteria that can be used to classify a computer network. So if this is your first time to visit this channel, kindly like, subscribe, and click on the notification icon to get notified whenever a video as this is uploaded on YouTube. So let's kickstart. What is a network? Before moving to what a computer network is all about, we need to understand what a network is actually about. So a network is a group of interconnected people or things. So that's what the dictionary defines a network as: a group of interconnected people, as you can find on the screen, a group of interconnected people or things. But in the computer world, what is in a computer world, a computer network is simply a group of two or more devices, a group of two or more devices that are connected with the aid of exchanging information and sharing resources. And these devices can be, it can be a laptop, it can be a printer, it can be a PlayStation, it can be a smartphone, it can be a desktop, it can be a router, it can be a switch, and many more. So a computer network is simply a group of two or more computers or devices that are connected with the aid of exchanging information and sharing resources. In some slides, I'm going to show it to you what the resources that can be shared over a computer network. Okay, so I'm going to briefly explain what each of these components you have on the screen. I'm going to explain what each of these components simply stands for. Firstly, I'm going to begin what an ISP is all about. So an ISP simply stands for Internet Service Provider. So an Internet Service Provider, it's a company that provides internet connection to enable devices to get connected to the internet. So just a company that provides internet connection to customers and to businesses. And secondly, we have the next component we have here is a router. A router, it's a device that connects multiple networks. A device that connects multiple networks. That is a device that connects, like, let's take for example, let me just do a sketch here. Okay. Okay, in this sketch, this is a switch. A switch, this is a switch, and this is a switch. And here, this one, number one, number two, and number three, let's say these are all devices. So this is device one is connected to switch one, device two is connected to switch two, and device three is connected to switch three. And so for this three and this one, what we have here is a local area network, and this is called another local area network, and this is another local area network. So generally we have three local area networks: local area network 1, local area network 2, and local area network 3. For these three local area networks to be able to communicate, they all have to be connected to what we call a router. So that is the purpose of a router. It helps to connect many local area networks together to form an internet network. Okay, now the next, you can find that every device here has a particular number. You can find this device, a laptop here has a number, the desktop here has a number, a printer here has a number. These numbers are called IP addresses. They are called IP addresses, and they are of two types. We have a private IP address, as you can find. This is a private IP address, and all these are private IP addresses. And we have a public IP address. This is a public IP address. So I'm going to introduce to you what an IP address is all about, what the private IP address is all about, and what the public IP address is all about. So a private IP address, an IP address is a number that is assigned to all devices connected to a network. A number that is assigned to all devices connected to a network, and this number uniquely identifies every device. That's to tell you that no two devices can have the same IP address over over the same network. No two devices can have the same IP address. Okay, and the private IP address is assigned within the same network. Within devices connected to the same network are being assigned private IP addresses, while public IP address is an IP address that is assigned by the internet service provider. So an individual owner of a network, of a local area network, you assign private IP addresses to your network, to your local area network. But for the public IP address, it is assigned only by the internet service provider. So the internet service provider is the only authorized uh, company or that assign public IP addresses. Okay, because it's with the help of the public IP address that all the private IP addresses assigned to these devices will be able to connect will be able to have internet connection and get connected to the internet. Okay, so here we have just a similar diagram, and the device we have here is a switch. A switch is a device that acts as a central connecting point for multiple computers in a network. Yeah, a switch, that is a device that connects many computers in a local area network. So we can say this is a local area network 1, local area network 2, and local area network 3. So you can find that this network is connected to a router, this network is connected to a router, and this other network is connected to a router. You know, as I earlier explained, a router is a device that connects many local area networks together so that they can be able to communicate over the internet. And a modem here is just simply a device that enables a computer to get internet connection, a device that distribute internet connection to all these devices that we have here. You know, and here is the internet. You know, internet is a wide area network that spans the planet. You know, it's through the internet that all these devices get connected. Okay, so, and what you need to know about is every device connected to a network is referred to as a network node, or you can simply say a node. Let's just say this is a node, NOD. So all these devices are referred to as network node, be it a desktop, all of this, even a server, a switch, a workstation, even the router itself, and the modem, all are referred to as the smartphone, the iPhone, all are referred to as node. Okay, so the next here we have these are all examples of resources that are shared over a computer network. We have files, we have printers, we have folders, we have tapes, we have the digital video discs, we have the compact disc scanner, and the fax machines. And there are several criteria that can be used for the classification of a computer network. Basically, there are 3 criteria for classifying computer network, you know, based on topology, based on design, and based on size. So based on topology, we have 5 network topologies. We have the bus topology, the ring topology, the star topology, the tree topology, and the mesh topology. Yeah, so a bus topology is a network topology in which all devices are connected to a central connecting point called the bus. A network topology in which devices are connected to a central device called the bus. Now, a ring topology is a network topology in which all devices are connected in a form of a closed loop, thereby connecting every computer or device to 2 others. Like you can find this computer is connected to 2 others. And here is a star topology. A star topology is simply a network topology in which all devices are connected to a central device called a switch or a hub. You know, this where we have this hub, it can be replaced by a switch. And here is a tree topology. A tree topology is just a combination of a bus topology and a star topology. And here is a mesh topology. It's a topology that offers an advantage of fault tolerance. It has a capability that even though one or two of its components are malfunction, there is still a communication because there are several routes to reach a particular destination. Let's take, for example, to move for a packet to move from this node to this node. You can find there are several routes that the packet can travel through. Okay, so the next here we have, based on size, we have a local area network, the metropolitan area network, the wide area network, and a personal area network. So a local area network is simply a network that covers a small geographical area, like a room. Example of a local area network. It's um, the network in the multimedia center in school is an example of a local area network. A network in a multimedia resource center in school is an example of a local area network. And here is a metropolitan area network, which stands for MAN. A metropolitan area network is a network that covers a, a metropolitan area. A network that covers a metropolitan area approximately equal to a town, a city, or a village. So an example of a metropolitan area network is the cable TV network. The cable TV network that you watch your channels and all that is an example of a metropolitan area network. And we should note that many local area networks form the metropolitan area network. And thirdly, we have the wide area network. A wide area network is a network that covers an unlimited geographical area, approximately equal to a country, a continent, and the world at large. So the internet is an example of a wide area network. And this network can be owned by many internet service providers or organizations. And here we have the personal area network. A personal area network is a network that that supports the communication need of a particular organization or institution. A network that supports the communication need of a particular organization or institution, like a college, a university, or a business enterprise. And lastly, we have is a client server network. So based on design, there are two types. We have a client server network and the peer-to-peer network architecture. So I'm going to briefly explain what this is server it's all about, what a client is all about, and the word the client server network. So a client server network is a network architecture in which a more powerful computer called the server is dedicated to serve less powerful computers called the clients. Okay, and here the second is the peer-to-peer network architecture. So a peer-to-peer network architecture is a network architecture in which all computers have equal capabilities and responsibilities. That is, every computer can act as both a client and a server. Every computer can provide services to other computers, as well as every computer can request services. So in some videos in the future, I'm going to briefly detailedly explain what a client-server network is all about and a peer-to-peer network. Since this is just an introductory video to a computer network, that is why I just need to touch a bit of all of this. So I hope you enjoy this video. If that be the case, if you haven't subscribed at the beginning, then kindly subscribe and give your feedback at the comment section. And all your feedbacks and your subscription are highly appreciated. Thank you, and see you in my next video.